So this is a spoiler review of the Backrooms movie by Kane Parsons. So I just watched the movie. I got home from watch a movie. It's very scary. And I had some parts of it spoiled for me a week ago, so I went in knowing there were monsters, but it was still very scary. And it I liked the parts that were kind of like meant to seem hopeless about people don't change and you can't change and we're wired a certain way and it's hard and therapists don't even know how to change you and it's just you try your best and you can't and it's scary. It was kind of made a hopeless atmosphere, which was good for the scariness, although it was also kind of reassuring because sometimes it's hard to change and hearing you don't have to change is reassuring if you have trouble. But I know some people say it's good to change it anyways. I like the scene where first of all, I like the scene where Clark goes in with his employees and they all get pushed down the ramp and they have to run through all these sections and there's monsters. And then I also thought it was cool when the Lady Mary got kidnapped by Clark. That was scary. And she wakes up in a little kitchen, like living room area, dining room, and there's the monsters and they're just sitting there. That was so creepy. And the part where Clark says you can eat the monsters, that's actually cool lore because that means that's how people survive in the Backrooms for a long time. They eat the monsters. That's how you survive, right? And when it was the part where Jeff the scientist was talking to Mary and Jeff was, in the interrogation room and Jeff was like, I think backrooms are the most important thing in all of human history. And if we can learn just a little bit about it, I think that was meant to imply the opposite to the viewer of the movie. You're supposed to figure out, oh, the backrooms are just a pointless, deadly rabbit hole. Like it pulls you into, and you want to learn and you want to learn and figure out what it is, and it keeps going forever. But it's like predatory in that way because it's just an endless regurgitation of human culture. And there's nothing to learn from it. And there's nowhere to go with it. And so you shouldn't even go into it. Like, I'm going to be honest, if I saw that doorway in the bottom of the furniture store and there's no one around, I would look in, I would tip my head in and look in, and then I would go back and I would leave. I would just go back up the stairs in the real world and I would call the police. That's what I would do. I would show them footage of it on my phone. You know what I mean? I would not investigate myself. At least if I had functioning brain. That's what I was thinking when I was first watching the movie. I was like, this is a bad idea. But I understand the appeal, but it's a bad idea. I could tell. So, but it's very cool. And I love the monsters design and it was cool when you could tell, you found out, I kind of figured this out early in the movie, but you kind of reveal later that the paper figures with the speakers attached to them were by the science company that uses them to capture the monsters so they can study them. It's not created by the Backrooms. So yeah, I thought it was cool, and it's a good movie. I recommend it to anyone who hasn't seen it. But if you're watching this, you're kind of spoiled. But tell other people to watch it, I guess. And yeah, the part with I guess the philosophy is like, it's good to change if you can, and it's frustrated when you're stuck with people who can't change. But maybe you can't change. I don't know, but I don't know. It's a very interesting movie. I hope you like it.